Hello, my name's Benjamin Sutton, and the only defining characteristics about me are I'm a man in my mid-20s and I've got a physics degree. So it means the only way to describe me is just a horny nerd. So for me, the most erotic thing in the world is when Rachel Riley gets a really tough numbers question right on Countdown. Which is like 75 minus the 8 times by the 4 minus the 4. I'm like, oh, Jesus, Rachel, just impregnate me now. I did physics in Manchester. It was quite daunting. I realised I wasn't as smart as I thought I was, because you're just surrounded by very clever people. Like, I got a text from a friend one day just saying, just having a poo next to Andre Guying, a Nobel Prize winner has smelt my shit. There is no one in this room that can make that claim, is there? Yeah? Because he's a physics Nobel Prize winner too. Not one of these Peace Prize twats. You didn't really laugh at that. Why? Are you some sort of fan of Malala? All she did was go to school and get shot in the head. I've done half of that. Because physics, that obviously counts, right, as a good Nobel Prize. Chemistry, fair enough, I guess. Biology, you're pushing it a little bit. Literature, you can fuck off. Right, they gave the Nobel Prize to literature to Bob Dylan, a man whose most famous line is, "How many roads must a man walk down?" Depends where you're going, doesn't it, Bob? Because I don't like how literature sometimes enters the debate for science. Like, for instance, I'm in favour of like GMOs because I think it's something that can help world hunger and end poverty and help with global warming and things. But then people like argue against it and they're like, have you ever read Jurassic Park? And it's like, what does that have to do with anything? The reason that goes bad is because it was written for entertainment. Imagine how shit that film would have been if it's 3 hours of safety checks. That film is only good because someone gets eaten while they're having a shit by a T-Rex. People do it with like Frankenstein as well. And they're like, oh, should you know better? Have you never read Frankenstein? It's like, that book's practically ancient. You know, imagine if you were basing your moral philosophies on a book that was like 2,000 years old. But I think it is weird that it comes to science and people just in general. Like, I've got chronic stomach problems, right, and it's never really quite been fully diagnosed. My mum was like, oh, why don't you go to my friend Penny? She might be able to diagnose you just by sort of playing around with your feet. And I was like, Mum, that is not how modern medicine works. If that was how medicine works, doctors would not shove their fingers up people's arses. If you could just be like, well, this little piggy went to market, this little piggy had roast beef, and this little piggy says you've got prostate cancer. You have 3 weeks to live. So I might be a bad person. For instance, like, I hate ducks. Fuck ducks, right? The reason I hate ducks, though, is the way they mate is through rape. And sometimes they rape the other duck so vigorously, they'll actually drown that other duck underwater. Yeah, it's horrible, right? Now we know why Donald Duck isn't wearing any pants. The thing is, though, I found out, apparently, feeding bread to ducks actually bad for them. So now, you won't find me near a duck pond without a loaf of bread. I'm throwing brown bread, I'm throwing white bread, because they might be raping star cells, but they don't discriminate. Sometimes, though, I even put a little bit of duck pate on the bread. They still fucking eat it. Proves that ducks, not just cannibals, the very worst type of cannibals, middle class cannibals. Because if Billy Elliot's parents had eaten Billy, I think that just makes financial sense. It's a free meal and one less mouth to feed. It also stops him going on about dancing, doesn't it? It's like, oh, I'm northern and I do ballet. Shut the fuck up, Billy. Get in the frying pan. Another thing that makes me a bad person is I, on occasion, still listen to the music of Lost Prophets, which, if you don't know, the lead singer of Lost Prophets, horrible, disgusting paedophile, right? The thing is, there were 6 members of Lost Prophets, and only one of them was a paedophile. That means only 16.67% of the band were paedophiles. That is a lower percentage than the Jackson 5. But I think the thing that truly tops me off as being a bad person is, I went to Auschwitz on a school trip when I was 15. I had a bloody lovely time. That's not what you're meant to do, though. You're meant to be quite somber and, like, you know, really take it in. But I genuinely really loved history as a kid, right? So I found it really just intellectually stimulating. I really just loved learning. And maybe I got a little bit too giddy, because when they showed us the shower rooms, I turned to my friend and went, God, these shower rooms are disgusting, you know. You think being in Poland, they get someone to fix those. Maybe it was a little bit mistimed, right? But someone turned around to me and said, "Oh my God, you made a joke in Auschwitz. That's the worst thing I can possibly imagine." How is that the worst thing you can possibly imagine in Auschwitz? Right, ladies and gentlemen, you've been an absolute delight. I've been Benjamin Sutton. Enjoy the rest of the evening.